Welcome back, folks, and good morning from Sarasota, Florida. This is Michael Baccarini, and I'm here with Tina Booth on Sunday morning, bright and early. The Masters Division champion was crowned yesterday. Congratulations to Miami's refugees. But this morning, we're here to see Donner Party and Hang Time battle it out in the finals of the mixed division of the Ultimate Player Association Club Championships. Tina, these teams have a habit of meeting in big finals, don't they?
They sure do, Michael. Donner Party from Lake Tahoe, California, got the better of Hang Time from Dallas, Texas in this game last year and in the finals of the World Club Championships in Hawaii. In order to get here, Hang Time defeated Blah in the quarters and H&P in the semis. Donner Party made it to the finals by getting the better of Flicks of Fury and B+. Donner Party came into this tournament seeded 6th after a shocking loss at regionals, but have only lost one game at this tournament, to Hang Time 15-8.
Okay, so Hang Time is set to pull. The dew is still on the grass. Hang Time wearing red jerseys. Donner Party from Lake Tahoe in blue. Not as much breeze this morning as there was in yesterday's Masters final. And the disc goes up, working across the field. Underneath cut. Donner Party is working it pretty well. Will Sutton with the disc. Oh! A lot of contact on that reception. Looks like Christine CJ with a disc. Just got tacoed a bit, but she straightened out. Got the job done. They're on the sideline, but they're able to work it. They haven't had to go back across the field. There's no need to if you can do it all the way up the field. Haven't got it yet. Looking in the end zone. There's nothing. And then looking dump over the top. That's the smart move with the high count. Donner Party gets the opening goal.
Nice throw. Guy from Lake Tahoe went for the under fake and guy pushed off, not literally, pushed off, went to the back of the end zone and got the disc.
It's John Brokaw with the assist and Will Sutton with the score. Looks like Brokaw is going to be pulling. These two teams have been really strong as of late.
They must know each other pretty well.
Yeah, they play often with all these. And they faced here last year. You get good games in the mixed division. Some of these players have played against each other for years.
Michael, there's your cowbell.
I think that was a triangle, actually. Is that
you
not
might
the
be
famous
right.
triangle that Yep, that's the triangle. It's time for dinner. I forget what else is the ice cream man. I can't tell. Could be. Time to push up here. Get it? Get it. Okay, Brokaw's pulling. Hang Time gets it. It's across the middle and sends it deep right off the bat, but oh, it is brought down. That's Tall Tom. He's the receiving end of a lot of long shots, and he completes.
Tied at ones. I liked how that guy turned the page, Michael. I don't know if turn the page is a Northeast term, but it looked like he was going to go straight to get the disc and then turn to the right and thrower hit him in the middle of the end zone.
So Etchison connects on his throw to the end zone there. And now Hang Time, back where they started the game with a 1-1 score, will pull. There's not much wind yet. As early in the morning here, it's been calm. The first round of games all weekend have not seen nearly as much wind. It always seems to pick up. Always picks up a bit later. We'll see it pick up. It'll be a factor in this game. Etchison looks as though he's set to pull. So in the mixed division, it's a distribution of 4 male and 3 female players, or the other way around. You cannot have any more than 4 of any one gender. And the offense is the one who decides. The defense then has to match. Okay, Donner Party is looking for an open shot and a layout block. A huge layout block by Hang Time. The pick was called before the play was even underway.
Yeah, it should be continuation.
Okay, Johnny Thompson is the one who got the block, and he throws a hammer for the score to Tall Tom Etchison.
It's 2-1 Dallas.
So Thompson gets the big layout block and an early pass, so they're immediately in the red zone off the block, and they convert. When you've got tall receivers, you can just put it up to space, and the hammer is a good one that's just going to sit there, giving your tall receivers a chance to get in position for an easy catch. So there have been some strong club teams in Dallas area, Texas players over the years, and many of them have settled into some strong play in the mixed division with Hang Time. Rex O'Quinn has been a leader of many teams in the southeast area, Huntsville, Alabama, Birmingham area, now in Dallas. He and his wife, Diane, are a big part of this. Diana, pardon me, goes by Dee Dee. She'll step up big, I'm sure. Out the back, that'll be a brick. Get it 20 yards up in the center of the field.
Didn't Rex put in a lot of years working for the UPA also?
Rex has been a workout horse for the UPA. He's done so many events. He's helped run tournaments for years and been a regional coordinator, and yeah, he's been a big force in the growth of Ultimate, not just in the region where he has spent most of his career, but all across the U.S. Okay, being the first game of the morning here, there aren't quite as many spectators, so we're hearing more clearly in the background the feedback and verbal help these teams are getting from their teammates. Oh, big layup block again by Thompson. A little late. Donner Party getting a dump, looking back where it came from. Nice low to high release. Downfield cutters are trying to keep it spread out, keeping a dump nearby. Not letting them, Hang Time's not letting Donner Party get it off the line. They're going dump, going back. They're not looking to get it off the line here. Not helping themselves in the situation. They must be pretty confident with their open side cutting. Okay, he's got a travel call, but we also had Donner Party. Number 28, that's Francis. Francis Flores is going to be checking me. Okay, a huge crossfield forehand to break the mark. Thompson's on the mark. And a high release, but it's brought down. They got it done, a little fluttery, but they got it done, Tina.
It's tied 2-2. Seems to me all the goals so far have been by the men on both teams. Women appear to be part of the play around the disc, but I've yet to see them break open and go for the scores.
Well, one reason these teams are so strong at the top of the heap here at Nationals, UPA Championships, is because they are much better about using their women. They have fabulous female players. I think we'll find, if you watch the mixed division games, there's definitely a lot to be said for the teams that recognize mismatches, strong players. And at this point, in the mixed division, there seem to be fewer available top-end female athletes than men. So mismatches are more likely. I bet they'll become a factor more so, Tina, as we see the action unfold. So Brokaw's going to pull again. He's got the wind to help him a little bit. Hang time got the first break, upwind break. Not a break, but at the upwind goal. The wind looks to be picking up a little bit. Nice.
It's that pull I love.
Yep, bounced once. Rex played it like a shortstop. Caught it on one hop. Tight D. There's Etchison. Good movement back and forth. Quinn has it. Gets it to Etchison. And they're working it well. Oh, it's a skinny lane, but oh, they got tangled up. Bit much for the underneath receiver. And not quite enough to get it down to Didi. Nice break by Brokaw. Somebody breaking deep, coming back under. Hits the dump. And keeping it on the backhand side. Hoping to keep a lot of green for their flick like that. Gain a lot of yardage. Noticed he tried to get that off as early as he possible, Tina, but it didn't gain as much yardage because you got to hit the receiver right when they make their breaks. You gain as much yardage as possible. You don't want to wait till they're too close, only gain 10 yards when you could have gained 20.
Absolutely.
But in the end, it's all about possession. That's the first rule to adhere to. It's a good, patient offense.
What kind of offensive set do you think they're running? The spread-o?
Well, yeah, they seem to have a sort of a split stack, horizontal stack. They definitely have receivers downfield, a reduced number of them. That was a great effort. There goes Didi breaking deep. Defense caught up. Good mark. Stopped the long look. O'Quinn comes in to get it. It's a reset. Again, let's get a fresh count. Ooh, and a throw. I think there was a little push on the mark. Yeah, both these teams are using all the field, Tina. They seem to be content to work it back and forth.
Yeah, their offense is wide open. Lots of completed passes. And it seems like they're only turning it when they get a little bit greedy.
Oh, a quick flick. Scott Buchanan gets it off, and the catch is made. In the end zone, it's called a score. So the upwind goal for hang time to answer. So the opening 2 goals were downwind. Now we've got 2 in a row up into this wind. That's, again, not so much yet.
Puts hang time up 3-2.
All right, as hang time sets their D. Gonna see who's pulling here. And they brought out the vacuum cleaner to make sure that that line is just tidy. Just so.
I need one of those machines. So when we get put on fields far from our school, we can slap down at least a couple of lines.
All right. Hang time set to pull here. And they're waiting for a hand from Donner Party. As soon as they get a hand, they'll pull. Okay, here we go. That's a nice pull, Tina. Deep in the end zone. Still about 5 yards deep. the forehand side. Forcing flick. Oh, Buchanan nearly got another one. Excuse me, Thompson. Johnny Thompson got that one earlier, and he's been real close to getting another. Little dump pass. Back across, 2 breaks. Another one.
Continue.
Mark got there. Quick flick. Buchanan did get this. Excuse me, Thompson. That's not Buchanan. Sorry, folks. Thompson wants a block. He's working really hard for it. And he's in the... Looks like he's in Johnson's ear with each cut. Frankus, hard foul there as a lot of contact with the clutter showing up around the disc. Frankus rips another break. That's huge. And nice. Good flow. Keeping the disc moving. Nice catch.
Grab. Yeah, that was beautiful offense. Really had no idea which side of the end zone they were going to put it in, and they finish it with a beautiful layout score. It ties it up 3-3.
Okay, Will Sutton pulls in a goal. That was a great extension. Well, these teams are both showing they've got a strong arsenal. Throwing long, they're throwing some big breaks. They're reaching around, breaking the mark that way as well. They're using the dumps and then using that to break the mark an easy way. That's the poor man's break mark, Tina, it seems. That's what we always called it with the kids that I work with. If you don't have the big inside-out throws, the reach around backhand, while you're developing those hard in practice with a lot of work, hit the dump. They'll throw the break mark without a mark on them.
I'll be stealing that phrase from you, Michael. And
the poor man's break.
The poor man's break. Hit the dump.
Okay, Brokaw seems to be the primary puller for hang time. So with our third upwind score in a row, although it really seems awfully calm right now. You can tell by the flags in the background behind on the outskirts of the field, keeping the crowd away from the field's perimeter. They're not blowing a whole lot. So it's calm right now. Brokaw is definitely choosing to do that outside in pull. Tina, try to get it to bounce and squirt through. It's tough to stop. Again, Rex O'Quinn, his best imitation of Derek Jeter, stops it. There's a poach in the middle. They found the open player. Oh, travel called. Okay. Lisa Etchison has the disc.
Who are you talking to?
Ooh, unfortunately thrown behind the receiver. You gotta work hard to get it back here. Big break. Gonna reach around, hit the dump, and that's an opportunity to break right there. But Mark got there quickly. Okay, Will Sutton had to take Brokaw. There wasn't a whole lot else happening. And he throws it back.
Okay, watch that tunnel vision. I pretty much could tell the whole time that that's who we wanted to get it back to. Didn't even look to the far side of the field.
And intended receiver was actually Toby Johnson. Pardon me. Okay, so Hang Time has it back, taking it from the corner. Big backhand. Wynn's going to beat that one down. Oh. Had a grab, stayed with it. It bounced out, but was able to recover. Didi has it. Nice step around. Backhand break. Okay, across the field. Oh, sails a little high. And a lot of contact on that reception. Okay, Hang Time was claiming she had a chance at that. Even if it was a bit high, she thought she had a shot if contact had not occurred. It looked a bit like me, like it might have actually cleared her head before the contact occurred. Maybe even tipped off her fingers.
Yeah, I didn't think there was much of a chance at it, but if she got hit, thought she could go up, it's a foul.
That was Jen Yaki on the D. And the thrower is Mary Fuzat.
She agreed. No contest on that call.
Keep it going. Okay, Fuzat has it. Got a forehand force. Trying not to go into that corner, but they did anyway. And the result, there was no open receiver to go to there. It's tough. Teams work so hard on their sideline offense, particularly as they get in the red zone, where it gets so much harder to complete passes. Didn't look like Mary felt she had a dump or an easier choice, so she went with the upline shot. And hang time was up to the task. Excuse me, Donner Party was up to the task and got the D. Brokaw's got it now. Okay, an isolated cut from Tim Peterson. Continues it on. They're working well. Long forehand pass. Ooh, bobbled a little bit there, but it's okay. Good cut, good hard cut to the dump. Pick called.
Not yet, Didi. Not yet, Didi.
Okay, the D is trying to set, as you noticed. You may have heard somebody say, "Not yet, Didi, not yet." They don't want her to check it in until the defense is ready. Okay, the thrower, Annie Dixon. Finds open receiver coming underneath on the forehand side. Seems like Donner Party has some throwers that only really, at this point, are comfortable throwing the dump. Or very short throws. Brokaw, wow, big grab. Nice D. Great effort by O'Quinn. Rex is working hard on Brokaw. Had to put it up. There wasn't much happening. Great coverage sack. Great D by Rex O'Quinn. And here's O'Quinn with the disc with Brokaw on him. O'Quinn with a huge break. Didi's got it. Looking for something easier. Turns to the dump. Early in the count. She's done the right thing. Ooh, there's a lot of clutter there. One of the receivers cleared behind in a skinny lane. Their defender just stayed there, Tina, and just became basically a middle, and they were forcing right to her.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It almost seems sometimes they have like two separate sets of offense. They've got the people squirreling around the disc, and then there's the longer cutters, but I think they need to be working it towards the middle more. In both senses, middle of the field and middle of the playing pack.
Okay, it's back in with O'Quinn. Broke on the mark. Rex gets it off to Tall Tom. Etchison throws it. Reception is made just outside the end zone, but it's a tiny lane here. Throws it across field to Didi, and she reads it well.
It was nice placement. No need to jam it in that same side of the field. Gave her plenty of room to run. It's 4-3, hang time.
That's 4 straight upwind goals. Later in the day, I think that's going to be a lot tougher for some of the other teams. This is a good time to be playing this game if you perhaps don't have the best wind play to your advantage.
Michael, you said when we were doing one of the other games that they change the order of the finals every year?
They like to mix it up. So you don't always want to have the mixed division first, followed by women's, and then the open division. Obviously, the open men's, I should say. The Masters division is clearly on Saturday. That's taken care of Saturday. Those tired legs, they're done for the tournament. They don't want to run on Sunday, too.
Well, also, they only have 12 teams while the other divisions have 16 teams.
Yeah,
so it makes sense for them to finish early.
Certainly. In the Refugees case, they had 29 players, so I guess they had plenty of bodies to use. But here, they want to mix it up. Sometimes the women's final will be last, so they tried to, 3 years ago, I believe it was, mixed division was last, so they rotated around. I want the spectators to see all the divisions in action. Hang time receiving the pull. Back and forth. Throws up there, but a beautiful break. Frankus has it, sends it the rest of the way. Is the wind going to stall it out? Huge layout. Just shy.
I like how he gets right back up on his feet. No big theatrics. He makes the switch immediately to defense. And now he's back on offense.
Yep, that's Will Sutton. Tina, he's certainly working hard. A misfire to Thompson, and Will Sutton scores.
That ties it up for fours. Michael, why do you think there's not a mixed division in either college or junior nationals?
Well, I have to figure at this point there's not a critical mass of players that wouldn't be playing in the open women's or the open men's division. There needs to be enough people, so there's interest in that. There's certainly co-ed or mixed teams of those ages, playing. We see it a lot in the high schools and middle schools. Certainly in Seattle, there's a lot of mixed play there, school-age children, but not enough of it so that we can see it on a national level or at high-level tournaments.
In 2005, the junior championship is going to split from a nationals into Easterns and Westerns, and to make up for a kind of a national venue, they're going to have a junior club championships, and there's still talk about whether they're going to go with a open and girls division or they're going to add a mixed division. So maybe if that happens, we will see national champions crowned in the mixed division for juniors.
Okay, Brokaw and Donner Party are set to pull. We have had yet another upwind score. So clearly the upwind, it's either, Tina, that the upwind is not that tough yet, or these teams are just that good. McQuinn sets it into the middle. Buchanan sends it on. And Lenny has it, Lenny Carell. Ooh, a big fake. Big fake by Buchanan. Pulls it back. Gets it to Didi. Continues on. Oh, good flow, but it was stopped by a smart mark who overran the play. Etchison has it. Ooh, got away with one. Miscommunicated with us. Oh, we definitely had a miscommunication there.
Yeah, she wanted to finish her cut to a flick side. She had enough real estate, and he thought she was going to turn the page.
I like that comment. Turn the page.
Yeah, we'll be working it into a lot of the work that we do, Michael. We're lucky enough to be coaching the U.S. Junior Boys national team in Finland this coming August.
Yeah, that'll be fun to work with that crowd. The up-and-coming players, seeing more of them making their mark on the open division, all the divisions. Look at this, beauty. Oh, a little stumble at the end there. That's too bad. Jen was chasing that down and then looked like she got a little flat-footed, took a little stumble perhaps on the turf. Okay, so Donner Party is going to come down and D of their own and make Rex and Hang Time have to work it up. It's not that hot yet, but see Rex wiping off the disc. It's probably not sweat on the plastic, but there's still dew on the grass. You want to start with a wet disc. Rex cranks one, gets a lot of air. It might have been fouled, I don't know, but it's coming back. But they know they got a big receiver. I think we have a foul call on the reception, perhaps here.
Foul on the throw.
Yep. I heard someone say that. Well, perhaps not. He's no contesting that foul, or if it was a strip. Let Lenny keep it, Lenny Carell, and a throw across the end zone too. Beautiful
love
put.
That throw.
Is that an assist from Didi, Tina?
Yep.
The flow was to the flick side, and she went back across the flow and broke it to Tom Etchison.
That gives Hang Time lead 5-4.
Well, we haven't had a downwind score since the first two. Okay, we've got a timeout called. Nope, they're taking the field. right, it's 5-4, as you see. Monitor in front of us here, Tina, on the sideline. Gives us a bit of an advantage. We've got the view of the game in front of us, but we're privy to some footage that the folks here doing the production are showing us. Okay, hang time's set to pull. Okay, after setting up, we do indeed have a timeout called. Okay, so hang time calls that timeout. And we're going to see how they handle this. What they're going to do to regroup. Both teams are playing well, but who's going to get the advantage?
My guess is that Dallas is probably having less difficulty with the heat, just because they've been playing in heat for months. I don't know if it's affecting Donner Party at all. Yeah, I think it's kind of unusual. Hang time called the timeout. They had just scored. They're up 5-4. Usually, prevailing sports psychology says if you've got momentum, you don't call a timeout. But they obviously want to readjust.
Wow, that's some brilliant reverse psychology here. Let's see how it pays off for hang time. Excuse me. Yep, for hang time. Donner Party is... I wonder where all these players... Is there a hub of play in Lake Tahoe? I got to figure these players are traveling in from all around. I don't know that to be a giant hub of a big mecca of ultimate play, is it?
No, I think with a lot of the mixed teams, you know, they pull their friends who've may spread out. They get together and they don't practice on the weekends. They have long practices. I know in some of the mixed teams they have to actually fly to practices or clearly fly to tournaments.
Wow.
Because they're not all located in the same geographic place.
That's commitment. Speaking of commitment, some of these players, these athletes who choose to play mixed division, sometimes it's because they're married and they want to spend time together. When they used to play open, they'd have to travel to different places, or if one of them wasn't playing, they wouldn't see their spouse all weekend. If they were going to different tournaments, or even when they were, they wouldn't be playing together. This gives a husband and wife an opportunity to play together and bring their kids along, or perhaps other parents, young parents on the same team who can watch after the kid while they're on the field. It's really I think it's a wonderful scene.
So if we're able to look, let's say, 10, 15 years down the road, Michael, do you think we'd be seeing under 10 juniors mixed championship? And the children of these folks, under 15?
Wow, the scary fact is the children of these kind of players and all those at this tournament, they're gonna have a real impact on ultimate, the next generation. I don't know if we're going to see championships at that level anytime real soon, but we're certainly seeing junior leagues, youth leagues for all ages popping up. So perhaps some of the parents on these teams and the other mixed division teams are involved in their kids, not just their education, but instead of taking them to their soccer games, they're coaching or will be coaching a little league ultimate team that their son or daughter, or perhaps both, are on. It's an exciting, as an educator and somebody who, you know, you're working on youth development, you love to see that. You love to know that young players are being brought in.
Certainly do.
Okay, hang time receiving it. A couple quick passes. This is our first zone, it appears. We're working it quickly back and forth. Big fakes, lots of movement, good pivoting. Okay, they're trapping the backhand side, denying the dump, but the biggest man on the field. Atchison is a big wide mark. Oh, but look at that. Nice work.
Nice work.
That was Jamie Eichert. Okay, you've got the open side, but they didn't want to give it there. They don't want to get deeper in a hole. So I need something easy. Not seeing anything easy. Somebody's got to go into that cup, and they're not, so she had to go over, and that's doable, but oof, nice touch. Okay, Sutton is working it well, as is. Here's Jeff Fillinger. Fillinger's a lefty. It's great to have lefties on your team. It really opens things up. Pivoting, a point block. Great effort by Etchison, but the dump receiver covered it up and got it. Okay, they're still in that corner, and here she goes over it again. One of these is going to backfire.
I'm not sure that she has a lot of options with that big of a mark on her.
That's true. But they're giving her the open side right there. She could continue it, but like they were giving her that even on the sideline. Okay, so Sutton has it, showing lots of fakes, trying to get the big mark to move. Somebody come into the open side. There it is. Why not take that? Get a reset. But see, now they're definitely sandwiching her. And if you come in there, you can force a double team. Bring in the extra
let
defender.
That go.
It's a nice move on D by Hang Time. Oh, good fake. That's smart. Keep it going. One more. All the way across the field. There's an open receiver and through the defense, milking it. Nice work. Toby Johnson has it. Looking for something easy just to keep it moving. Here's Fillinger, the lefty. Good pivoting. Trying to keep things moving. Sees a hammer, but looks it off. He's got a receiver in a perfect position for his lefty hammer, but he thought better of it. I think something a little higher percentage is going to show up. Perhaps the wind is picking up a bit, Tina. He thought it might affect his throw too much. High release. There we go. High release through and over cups.
For no yardage gain.
Yep, and just like that.
Score.
A first down winder and several points. Receiving end of that, Lenny Carell.
6-5 hang time. It was a smart move that they're coming down in a zone. You know, they went over the top a couple of times. We knew from watching hundreds of thousands of Ultimate games that it's just a matter of time before it was going to get D'd. You know, Michael, that I'm not a big fan of the high release. I rarely see it used effectively, and particularly when it's this windy, it should not be the default throw. The default throw should be a nice low backhand that rises, and high release backhand. There's just too many variables.
Well, if it's in the air for a while, you've got a few defenders just waiting for the errant throw. That's what the zone is looking for, the one that they can pounce on. They're waiting for just the right one. If you give it to them like that, it has to be it's going to be something that goes up over the cup. It's got to drop quickly on the other side to your receiver. It can't hang there.
With a ton of Z's.
Yep. Okay, so a little correction on the score there. It's actually 6-4 hang time. And timeout by Donner Party.
This is a game to 17. Half will be at 9. Both these teams seem to be carrying pretty big squads. Looks like they're well over 18.
A good number. Good number. You know, in a long tournament like this, high-level play, you got to have a lot of legs. And not everybody's your top player. You don't have, you know, a team full of stars. You got people out there who can be stars, can be heroes by giving somebody a break for a few points by playing hard D or just being a receiver on offense or only throwing the dump. There's nothing wrong with that. Every team needs people who can take care of the disc, who can play hard D, be good, strong receivers, and not necessarily be the ones who are the stars on their team. But yeah, clearly there are plenty of people. I bet they have their share of stars on Donner Party. It's a big roster.
And everyone likes their superstars, but if I could get a solid player, I think that's what I'd rather make my team composed of.
Well, if I could get 7 stars,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
If you get 7 stars, I'm going to start coaching lacrosse.
All right, hang time got the first down winder in some time. That switch to the zone defense, trapping the backhand side. Donner Party looked a bit uncomfortable. I'm sure they've discussed this, and if they see that again, they'll know how to handle it. But now they're thinking, and it has to enter your mind, what will hang time do next on D? Even though we're going downward now, are we going to see that zone? We're going to see something similar? or back to person on D. So there's the pull. Big pull. Hung a long time. Give and go back. And a big put up here. Got a well set up play. Defender was close by, but it was a bit too far for the Donner Party receiver. That was Christine Johnson, CJ Johnson. Okay, here's a chance to rest. You'll notice that these teams kind of... Tina, do you teach your kids that? Kind of walk calmly.
You know,
Take your time.
I'm not a big fan of the zombie walk-up. A lot of times, what we'll do, particularly when we're playing college teams, they'll throw it out of bounds. They'll just be 10 feet out of bounds. We'll pick it up, run to the sideline, and put it in play.
Oh, that's a big... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and that usually surprises them because they are all kind of... The defenders are comatose waiting for us to put it in, but there's nothing that says that you have to walk slowly.
Absolutely. Okay, Patton put up a big backhand. And on the receiving end, there was a foul call, but it was uncontested, so we're playing on from there. Corral has it, throws a high release backhand. Surprise, surprise, and look at the result. A defended pass. A high release.
Okay, here's my
pass.
new idea. We're
Okay.
going to make a photo montage of the high release backhands in this entire final series. And then I won't even have to say it anymore. I'll just show it to the kids. Ooh, that's a nice layout.
Big layout by Frankus, but he couldn't quite reel it in. And hang time is looking, oh. Frankus was brought right into the back of the thrower there. There was a lot of contact. Okay, looks like Patton has it again. He's looking, throws a flick across the field. Ooh, and a trailing edge catch, but it's hung on to after the collision. Youch. Oh, and there's a call. I think the hang time receiver got the better of that collision. Donner Party, one of the Donner Party defenders had to leave the field. I think she may have gotten a Charlie horse. I'm not sure who the collision was with there. Okay, we're set to go.
No backhand, Johnny. No backhand, Johnny. No backhand.
Oh, and a backhand instead of right at the bottom of the open receiver there. There was no room to lead her. She was out of room. Those cuts that go laterally, like that one, they have to be hit right in the numbers with very little lead. She's fast approaching the sideline, and the disc is going to soar past her if you lead her, and that's exactly what happened there. And Brokaw steps it up. There's the pass across the field. We got a swing to continue, but it stops there. Hang time's doing a good job of stopping flow. They're overcommitting on the mark and stopping flow, doing a good job. Okay, Annie Dixon gets it off back to Brokaw. Brokaw's looking downfield. Ooh, that's an undercut, actually. He was a little deceiving as to who that was going to. Nice catch. Right near the sideline. Don't have a whole lot to look at here. Now a big lefty backhand. And nice catch. Tim Peterson. Looking. Oh. Well, we had somebody turn the page, as you suggested there, Tina, but it wasn't open. Wise choice. Oh, nice pass, and there, throw right into the body, sealed her off. A laying out receiver there, laying out defender would have gotten that, though.
Yeah, I expected her to leave her feet.
At this level, you got to do it. Okay, that assist goes to Topher Monahan. It's all 6'6". Good cut and way to seal off the corner. The receiver was Mary Burke.
Hang time's up, 6-5.
6-5. Okay, Donner Party. It's a very important goal there. They'll be pulling upwind. Again, it's kind of gotten calm again. It seems just to be coming somewhat in blustering and then getting calm, and it's not really a factor yet, Tina. It's enough of one But as of yet, it's not a formidable win. We expect it to be much greater later on in the women's and the men's finals. Okay, Sutton is pulling. Hang Time has their offense on. A big player to watch on defense here for Donner Party is Dana Green. She's a phenomenal defender and receiver. Rex is looking. He's got his wife. Oh, the guy won't let him throw to his wife. That's kind of unfair. There's got to be something wrong in that. I've got a call, but
They think it's a stall. It seemed like a quick 10 to me. I mean, certainly had him on the ropes a little bit, but didn't feel like 10.
Yeah, it seemed awfully quick. Some defenders on the mark, especially young ones, we see a lot in junior play and in college, tell people really learning. Doesn't pay off. Doesn't pay to speed up at the end of your count. Stalling, and then you get to 8, 9, 10. People tend to do that. They want to get to the stall. They know they're getting close, but it just ends up being contested and coming back. Okay, Rex finally did get the pass off to his wife, Dee Dee. Not much happened. It's a backhand off, putting the outside edge up. Oh, it gets blocked. Dana Green stepped up. She stepped into the path of that, poached off her receiver, got a piece of it. So Donner Party starts deep in their own zone. They're just shy of the brick, but here goes a big one out in front of everybody, but it's trailing off. The wind's going to take it out of bounds. That's unfortunate. It was a good look. It was well set up. The receiver was alone out in front. It's Toby Johnson, who's now marking very hard on Buchanan. Scott Buchanan. Oh, Buchanan tries to get the quick flick off. He was fouled again. Okay, Johnson guilty of the foul one more time. He's going to set the mark again. No count. Another foul was called. Don't know if this was on a receiver or if Toby Johnson is just determined to keep Buchanan hemmed in there and not going to give him an up-line throw. Buchanan, for such a long-limbed man, does not reach out very far, does he, Tim? He throws that from his hip. And here goes a big one downfield. Oh, and look at Dee Dee dive, but a little bit too far away to be a factor on that dive.
It tailed away. They've been a little bit more of a angle on it. Could have come right back into her.
Yep, that would have been beauty. Would have been a beauty. The timely tying of the shoe. Did you just take a spat off that cleat? You don't wear spats in Ultimate. Okay, Hang Time's bringing it up. Toby Johnson from the corner. Now Buchanan's on him. Coming underneath. Ooh, lefty, but overshot. But look at that. Dana Green on her toes. She's ready. She saved the point, kept it alive. This is big if they can get this upwind throw. Threw that a little hard, but it was handled. And is this coming back? But the defender's there. An easy defense. I think Johnson would like to have that one back. What's the turnover count so far, Tina?
It's 4. Seems like both teams are having a hard time settling.
Well, and they're doing things like this an awful lot. But when you got big receivers who can go up like that, Rex put it up for Etchison. He pulled it down, but I think he came down hard on his tailbone. Okay, Naz from, excuse me, that's Etchison. Number 11 from Donner Party is, well, is that number 11 on the mark here discussing this with Etchison?
Yeah, looks like it is.
Jamie Eichert. Yep. Couldn't get a look at that number. Now we see it clearly. Okay, that's a big matchup. Okay, they retain possession. Dede puts it over the top. Going to the big man. Tall Tom Etchison pulls it in. Etchison.
Dallas has a 2-point lead. They're up 7-5 over Donner Party.
Okay, as they set their team, you're going to see who's coming out to play defense for hang time. He'll be pulling up wind. And we are two points away from half for hang time. The Dallas, Texas team. Donner Party has seen a couple of different looks on defense now from hang time. They might show them a little something different here too. Keep them guessing. Get inside their heads with different defensive looks. Whatever plan you had on offense is now thwarted, and you have to react to what the defense is doing, and sometimes that's a little edge. It's all you need. Okay, we're waiting on a hand from Donner Party. Okay, the disc is being shown above head for hang time, and here comes the pull.
I'm sure hang time would like to close out this half quickly.
Ooh, getting underneath and working hard. Here's Frankus with the disc. That's up the big flick. Receiver, defender slipped. And they got one. Nice put from Frankus.
Nice quick point. Donner Party gets one on hang time, and they're down 6-7.
That's Katie Carmen on the other end of that. She pulled that down. Good shot, good use of the wind, and that sideline kept it inbounds. Looked like the defender slipped a little bit. Mary Fazat from hang time.
Looks like more and more teams are arriving at the fields. The sidelines are filling up. And a lot of teams obviously have been eliminated, so those of them can get to the Starbucks, get a cup of coffee, and get to the polo fields, can enjoy the first of today's club championships.
Okay. Hang time to receive. See if Brokaw can put this high and deep. Give his defense a chance to get down there and set up. Will they give hang time a different look here? Or just come down playing person on D? Put that pull up high. A bit too high. I think that one, that's going to land a couple fields over. That gives hang time the disc beyond midfield.
It's a good place to be if you're on offense.
I think Brokaw might have had a slip with the plant foot or something, the lead leg on that. Let go too late. Shank that pull. You're working hard to get this back. Doesn't want to give it up an easy score. This hang time will take half if they get this one.
No, they got two. They're 2 more to half.
Pardon me, 2 more to half. Thank you, Tina. We got Rex. There's some contact down deep. As Etchison was breaking away from Rex for a big gain, a score actually, made some contact. There's a foul called. The cut coming under. I think they're trying to set this up.
Is that the stop you're going to?
Looks like they're only going to put 2 people in the end zone.
Didn't have the same movement. Oh, nice D. Now we've got perhaps a strip call. Great effort by Donner Party. But Lenny hangs on. Oh, but receiver he threw it to did not. Lisa Etchison couldn't hang on. Now Brokaw has it, looking upfield. The poach coming a little late. CJ was called for a travel. He heard it very loudly. And the defense steps up for hang time. Rex picks it up. He got the block and throws the first pass. A little high for Brokaw, but he's tall enough for the task. Puts it out in space. Nice catch. Great grab.
Great grab. That puts hang time within 1 point of taking the half. They're up 8-6 over Donner Party.
So Buchanan put that up, and Etchison pulled it down in the end zone. A wonderful reception.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for her to get under it. Really strong movement towards the disc. Great grab. There's a future Ultimate player in the background.
Seems like...
I wonder if I can get him to go to one of our camps, Michael.
Well, my camp is a local camp in Atlanta for kids. Yours is an overnight camp for... What ages do you get at your camp, Tina?
It's for boys and girls, or young men and women ages 14 to 18.
And it's an overnight... Is it a week-long camp?
It's a week-long camp, and we're happy to say we get players from all over the country. We had, I think, 15 states represented last year, and folks from Seattle and California were kind enough to travel 3,000 miles to spend a week playing Ultimate in Amherst, Massachusetts.
That's awesome. And some great counselors, too, some of which were playing here this weekend on these club teams. All right, hang time. Pulls to Donner Party. They're being physical on the mark here. Sutton gets the disc. They're forcing him flick. Ooh, gets it off. Gonna be a tough read. Frankus is blocked in front of him. Could not squirt through.
You know, in that case, it looked like the thrower was trying to finesse it in to his receiver rather than throw a nice flat throw to the open space. I think a lot of players worry about getting it right to them as opposed to just getting them in their area.
Heavens, now each team is just going back and forth and throwing these jump balls that are kind of ugly. They're taking their shots, but hang time is just trying to close out the half. Oh, great saving grab. Okay, is it Fillinger, the lefty? He's looking for a dump to complete, just anything to keep it going. Nice lead pass. Good marking, a good fake up the line. Hit the dump, got to continue. It wasn't there, nice marking. Thompson's working hard on D, and now it's out in front of... Oh, it's Didi on D, but again, Katie Carmen pulls it down.
Donner Party is not going gently into that second half. They are just down by 1, 8-7. Hang time still looking to finish it up.
Okay, 8-7 hang time. We got the win at their back, receiving from Donner Party. Buchanan's got it. McQuinn to Buchanan. Buchanan's looking deep. He hits Etchison coming underneath. He's going to get it coming underneath a lot because he's such a target downfield. Back to O'Quinn. Looking to get it to Buchanan. Instead throws a swing. Oh, what a great layout on. He went up early. Okay, but they maintain possession. Etchison, ooh, a tight one there. Buchanan, somebody lay out on him, and they put it out to space. Receiver sees it, but the defender does too. Etchison went up a little early. And Peterson grabs it, immediately hits the first receiver. Smart thing to do, they've got it going. And now Gina has it. Gina's looking and throws to her teammate. Throws almost a no-look backhand to get all the torque that she needed to get it upwind, and does. To her teammate, Tim Peterson. Wow, it's a nice put.
So, it's tied at 8.
Wow, this is a great way to go into half. Tina, did you see how the thrower turned her head to look almost back behind her to get a little extra rotation on that huck? Took her eye off the receiver for a moment, but if you're trying to put it out beyond everybody, sometimes you need that, especially up into a wind. You've got to get extra whip, as you like to call it.
Extra whip, and you can't move your pivot foot, so you got to get the extra snap from someplace else.
So it starts from the feet. And the pivot foot's got to stay put. Comes all the way up through the body, and she maximized it. Nice huck. 8-all hang times now. Got to get an upwinder. Looks like the wind's getting a little bit more predictable, a little more steady now. But still not a big win. Brokaw's pulling for Donner Party. Frankus next to him with his, looks like he's wearing pink. Looks like a personalized set of pink headband and wristbands there. Frankus is a fabulous player. Rex throws it. Good thing he's got tall receivers to catch it. Last couple have been sailing on him. Buchanan puts it out on everybody. Beautiful.
Nice throw.
Nice flow. And they're turning the page. Beautiful put. Oh, Etchison can't hang on. A long run. Brokaw makes him pay for the drop and runs back quickly to the line to get a pass off before his mark was set. Frankus was bumped on the mark. Lenny is playing Frankus tight. We got a little equipment timeout here. Okay, and Mary Facade has her brace in place, and Frankus, it's a nice lead pass. Notice how they get the yardage gainer and they kick it out to a cutter to the side to try to get to continue. Seem to do that well. We got multiple dumps, but they pick the right one. Get separation. There we go.
And that's the half. Donner takes it 9-8. They went on a 3-point run. Well, that's going to make you think. If you're a hang time, you're like, okay, we're up by 2. All we need is 1 to take the half. The next thing you know, the other team scores 3 straight to take it. Certainly a strong momentum switch at the end of the first half.
Montesano on the receiving end of that throw. Donner Party finished that half strong. See if they can carry that momentum in through the half. It seems that the mixed division, some of the teams I watched this weekend, we're seeing more experimentation with offensive sets, but perhaps even more so with defensive sets. I think the reason might be, Tina, I've been thinking about it some, is that with different genders in there, sometimes you're situating yourself on a switch or whatever where you've got a 5'6" woman on a 6'5" male, and if you're on defense and you're the guy, that's an advantage, but sometimes you're trying to set those situations up. It seems like teams are doing that. And sometimes those throws, you have to be a little more on the money.
I'm sure part of the strategy is to orchestrate a mismatch for the other team and to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Because we all know a mismatch can be quickly exploited. Do you think the hang time zone had a lot to do with it, or did Donner just have some nice reads and were able to bring it down a little bit more efficient on their offense?
Well, I know that the D that hang time threw on them and got that nice turnover and the quick score seemed to sort of throw Donner Party off, but haven't seen that D from hang time since then. I'm not sure they did much more zone. Now that Donner Party got a couple goals in a row and they had the chance to set the tone by being the pulling team by scoring, so maybe that's why the zone we weren't seeing it as often.
I also think that Donner made a more effective use of mid-range hucks. You know, you don't always have to put it into the end zone. There's enough space in a third of the field, just put it out there, and you'll get some significant yardage gain.
Yeah, absolutely. You may not score with it, but you don't have to throw the 60-yarder from behind you, the brick mark all the way in 10 yards deep in the end zone. You just got to get it beyond all the receivers for a big gain. That's a good point. They're trying to psych each other up. Sometimes at halftime, you see some interesting sort of rituals and good things to keep the players loose. Hang time looks pretty loose here. Excuse me, that's Donner Party. We're watching here, Tina, through our monitor, and on the field they seem like they're ready for the second half, and they like the way they finished the first one. They'll be pulling to start the second half, so it's a very important point, the first one of the second half.
And again, I don't want to harp on how important the first point is out of the half, but Donner should not get too happy about a 3-point lead. I've seen a 3-point lead disappear into a tie in a quick 11 minutes.
Yep. Okay, Lenny makes a nice catch to save the point. Brokaw steps inside. Ooh, that's a tight pass with good coverage. Dana Green lets her receiver get behind her, Didi. But she couldn't hang on. That was a tough catch to make. That pass was coming in a strange angle. Frankus runs it up. Looking at his options, didn't have much downfield. There was a flick, sailed a little high, but receiver went up and got it. So hang time is trying to take away the flow, playing in the lanes. Donner Party's doing a good job of spreading the field out. A pivot to the outside. Ooh, that was made a little easy by the mark there. Nice saving grab. Great catch by CJ. Oh, and nearly another one. Throw was a bit low.
You know what I'm going to say, Michael, right? Great grab.
And
then you throw it away.
So how do you prevent that? Ooh, a block right away.
You know, I mean, I know it's tough because you're pumped and
No
you just
call.
made a great
Wow.
grab, but I teach my kids to stand up and look for a really easy throw. Oh, they got it back.
Yep, after a hard catch, just like getting the big D, do something simple. Yeah, there was, and another block back. Wow, that's tremendous. We had a point block on Buchanan, and there was no call.
It's now 10-8 Donner.
So first, that all-important point. They continue their momentum, as does Donner Party. It's the point block by Brokaw, I believe, on Buchanan. It may not have been Brokaw, but the point block was not contested. I mean, there was no foul called, pardon me, by Buchanan. He said, "You got me fair and square." Good block. They quickly went for the end zone, and here we go, pulling downwind. So has Brokaw been the only puller for Donner Party? It appears that way.
I think so. Michael, if you were coaching Donner Party, they've been on a 4-point run. They're feeling good. It's the beginning of the first half. They scored the first point. Beginning of the second half. If you were coaching them, what would you say to them? Went out to the line quickly.
Sometimes I like to do with our team, we reduce the game to little chunks, like games to 3 or something, and just try to take something small. You know, a small chunk you can sort of grasp and say, all right, we're in this point right now. This is the most important one of 3. And try to take those 3 and do your best. When you have a lead here, it's easy to get complacent. You don't have a big lead, and it's a fine team, hang time, so I think you pump them up.
Yeah, the other thing I would say is that last sequence was just a little too scattered. And they end up scoring it, but it wasn't a fine piece of offensive workmanship.
And they throw this one away. Buchanan puts it up long. Just turns over and sails away from the receiver. Wide open break mark shot to Dana Green. Oh, great catch. Was it made? Was he in bounds? Brokaw made a great catch. There's a discussion. Buchanan thinks he may have landed out of bounds with the first point of contact. No,
The
his
observer
knee.
called it in.
That was a quick decision. Good work. The game is underway. See, his reach is much greater than Buchanan's there. He reaches way out. Uses his length well. The dump. Continue. Oh, a little behind Brokaw. Hutchison has it. Back to Buchanan. You're hearing the shouts of home. They're trying to force it home. Now the throw is up from Buchanan again. Good thing he's got a tall receiver on the end of that because he had good position. It's definitely knowing your receiver and knowing you have an advantage.
Okay, hang time's coming back. They're just down by 1, 10-9.
So as you were asking me earlier about what do you do, sometimes you want to keep going with what's working. Well, when you're mowing through a team and you're up big, why change things? But sometimes you want to get in people's heads a little bit and give them a different look. Hang time did that earlier. Let's see if they do that now. They were coming this way when they threw that zone on them, a trapping zone on the backhand side. They successfully got a turnover and a quick score out of it. We might see it here.
Yeah, no one's mowing through anyone in this final. Very evenly matched.
It's a great final. Good start to this day. 3 games, first of 3. We're just on this side of the first half, and it's very close. These teams are very evenly matched, not just by the score, but the matchups out there. Doesn't look like people are wide open too often. There's a defender right there. Even if you're getting it, they're going to set the mark quickly. Okay, a big pull. Looks like it's helixing back. It's caught by Fillinger. Kicks it out. Now Thompson tries to get the block, but couldn't. It quickly gets off. Got a big gain. Peterson has it. Looking back out, kicks it out to the receiver. And back. So a nice little give and go move.
11-9 Donner. That was a nice offensive sequence. Almost looked like we were just running a drill.
Now Peterson, the receiving end. Got some good flow there. I think the assist, that was CJ, was it not? I think it was Christine Johnson. CJ. Okay, Donner Party goes up 2 again. All right, they're waiting for a hand. This time between points. I know the UPA is interested in finding out ways to keep that short so the games move along. College division, Tina, has a restriction on time between points. It's pretty strictly enforced.
We call it a beautiful thing. That's what we call it.
Yes.
Michael, I don't think we've mentioned what happens to the winner of this game. They'll be the mixed division representative from the U.S. to compete in the World Ultimate Championships in Turku, Finland. That'll be held in August of 2004. And you can imagine how much fun it would be for one of these teams to travel there together and wear the red, white, and blue.
No doubt. I was just going to ask you that. It's funny you mention it. Great pull, deep in zone. Buchanan picks it up, gets it past the mark. It's Etchison. Tom reaches around. Rex has it. Looking at options. Gets it off the line. Trying to move it out into open space. Good hard chase from the D there. Reception made, continuing up the forehand sideline. Not much room. Etchison gets it back. He's looking to break. Mark is not allowing it. Doing what appears to be jumping jacks on Etchison. Very active Mark. Facade has it here. And Atchison has it again. And here we go. Puts it out in front. Oh, looks like we got a hamstring strain.
Right.
That's not what you want to see. Because that did look like it was slowing up and the receiver had a chance to run that down. I think that's Lenny Carell. He's going to probably have to take a sub. You don't want to run at this level with a yanked hamstring.
Yeah, he just called for a sub. Clearly something caused him to pull up.
So what, now with him taking a sub, tell us what happens with hang time.
Well, if there's an injury substitution, the other team can also make a substitution. You know, I rarely see that happen unless it's a hell point and they've been playing for 15 minutes and someone knows it'd be better to take themselves out. But usually it's just the injured player who leaves.
Okay, the substitutions were made. The disc is in play. Donner Party is looking and some physical marking again. Stopping flow. All right, it's actually going back to the beginning. I think we, for the first pass, we may have had some, a pick or a foul. I'm unsure, Tina.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I was just listening to the spectator asking if they'd read the spirit of the game clause, which implies that someone's thinking there's unspirited play out there. I'm not quite sure who the sideline's trying to pinpoint.
Well, Donner Party here has several cutters downfield, quite a ways away. Their only option really is to come back to the disc, and they're swirling up front with a lot of lateral cuts and little squirrely cuts. Trying to stay close and get something. Green has the disc. She's looking dump, trying to work her dump cutter open. Gets it off. Oh, looks like we had some contact. But a drop. And a quick score by hang time. Converted an unforced turnover. I hate to say unforced. It was somewhat forced by good coverage by hang time. That was good D.
Brings the score to 11-10 Donner.
Okay. Hang time to pull. And our mics here, we can hear the wind picking up. Might be a factor. Thompson got a huge block early in the game. He's on now. He's in the white sleeves. See if he can pull another one out. Hang time needs to get a block. Okay, here's your chance to organize and discuss what you're going to do, but you want to be ready. You also have to match up according to what the offense puts out there. So with hang time pulling, they have to see if Donner Party puts 4 women or 4 men on, they have to match. Sutton and Frankus are ready, and here's the pull. Go down pretty deep. But it went out the back. So Sutton's going to walk it up. He's got Jeff Fillinger behind him for a trusty dump. And here, sure enough, hang time is given a new look here.
Sure
Defense. See what kind of zone. Is it a conventional zone? Right now it looks to be that, unless they morph into something else, but they should come to the brick mark. I guess Will is pacing it off. The reason he's doing this is, looks like through the weekend, the hard play on these fields, the brick mark, marked by an X on a spot 20 yards up from the goal line in the center of the field, might have been worn down, and they just needed to pace it off. Okay, this is zone. Again, they do appear to be forcing the backhand side like they were earlier. Donner Party is looking at the options. Got open side options. Sutton hits number 7. That's Lilith Anderson. They're keeping it moving. Ooh, the crossfield pass is hanging. Look at Didi jump. Oh, but they pull it down. Anyway, quickly get it to Thompson. Throws a hammer. Wow, to the open receiver, but the receiver would have had to have been open out of bounds to reel that one in. That was just too far, too much. Thompson was feeling it, but the receiver couldn't bring that one down. Okay, they're back in their zone, Tina.
Let's see what it looks like.
They're denying the dump with Big Tom Etchison, making it hard to get out of that across the field. Bring the far side wing in real tight. Look at that. It's like a 5-person cup.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And really helped. Woo! A high release push pass.
They need to stick someone against that weak side and someone behind that weak side wing.
And they're trying to call a double team here. Got to get it off. They do. Get out of that corner. Not much happening. Okay, all they've really got is back and forth. Got to get the next pass out.
That's
got
yeah.
that
That's
one
where I
out.
want.
That's
okay,
huge.
now-
But Francis has it. Flores puts it. Yep, it's downfield, but it is intercepted by Thompson, who puts up a big flick. The hammer didn't work, so why not this one? The flick, and wow, what a successful catch by tall Tom Etchison.
He tied up at 11s.
Oh, that was nice.
That means basically in a game to 17, with a tie score at 11s, it's a game to 6. If they can somehow get their minds to forget what's just happened, they should just look at these next 6 points as small increments and see who can seize the momentum.
Okay, hang time, and Patton will pull. We'll see what Donner Party sets up. See if hang time comes down with a different look, other than just person on. Something poachy, some spread out defensive formation that's going to make Donner Party have to react to them. The wind is definitely picking up a little bit. Okay, they're organized and they're looking upfield here. Tina, it seems that when a game is this tight down the stretch, your season's coming to a close with this. It all seems so simple just to close it out. Everything is forgotten though. All of the season's efforts and everything, and just all the focus has to come into the points that bring it a closure.
You're absolutely right, and you really can't afford to be throwing the poles off the field. I mean, I don't think you ever can, but certainly when you're in the final game of a long weekend full of games, every single pole counts.
Patton gave that one a ride, but it went out of bounds. Donner Party starts at the brick, midfield. 2 quick passes. They're keeping it moving. Pivoting. They're denying the dump as best they can. They're really trying to keep it moving.
Let's go, Party!
Okay. They got the break. So now, the upwind break by hang time.
That brings our score to 12-11.
Hang time's got to be jacked up now. They got the upwinder. Now they're pulling downwind. And out the back of the end zone. So, okay, you powered so far. The wind helped. You gave it way too much. You got to be thinking, okay, don't just pull it out of bounds, but it's got to stay inbounds. If that pull lands at the goal line, it's 20 yards better than this.
I know.
If it lands at the 10, Oh, an immediate crank. Donner Party's toe for Monahan puts it up. Receivers are down there. Wow.
Nice grab.
And that was a goal because the pull went out the back, and he was able to pull that from the 20-yard line.
We're tied at 12s. Game to 5.
Great grab by Peterson. He went up first, got good position. Got way up over his defender to pull that one down. Topher really cranked that backhand. He didn't hesitate at all. As soon as he set his pivot foot on the brick mark, he let it fly. Hang Time appeared to have, looked like they were coming down in a zone and hardly really had a chance to get any defensive positioning or a spread out D set up. He didn't give him the opportunity. Okay, so Donner Party pulling downwind. Hang Time set to receive. Of course, have their tall receiver Etchison in there, hoping he can save them. Pull a floater down or break free past Brokaw. There's Brokaw's pull. He took a little something off that, just wants to keep it in bounds. There you go.
Good choice. Smart pull.
Buchanan gets that off. O'Quinn has it. She throws it back to Thompson. Patiently trying to look for... Oh, and that one might have been a foul on the throw. Yep. Thompson was trying to get that off. Hard mark might have laid down in his arm. Okay, here we go. Thompson's going to put it in play again. And trying to reposition. Players are ready. Toby Johnson again being aggressive mark, and again a lot of physical. He's really crowding him on the mark there, Tina. It was almost like he was hugging the man.
And I think that he felt that he had to go inside out, and and obviously a little bit too much adrenaline pumping, and he threw it off sideline.
You say, speaking of adrenaline,
Right.
Lisa Etchison comes up big with a block, knocks Dana Green to the ground on the block. Green calls the foul, but it was overruled by the observer. That's a turnover. Hang Time gets it back. Buchanan puts it up, gets it to Etchison. Kicks it out. There we go. Fazat throws to Didi, but it's coming back. Okay, there's not much of a stack here. They're just running sort of spread out, clear downfield. Ooh, a nice bid. Frankus a little tardy on the layout. Couldn't quite reach it. The pass to Buchanan is coming back. It's either a pick or a travel on the thrower. Okay, so it comes back to McLemore. He's got a dump. Finds it early. Fazat has it. He's looking at Buchanan. No, excuse me, Thompson. Okay, there's another stoppage in play. They're trying their best to keep things moving here. Okay, Johnson on the mark again, and this time Thompson gets one off, upwind. Not quite in. Hang Time has it and throws the score. That was some flick upfield there.
Sure was. It puts Hang Time up 13-12.
Looks like Etchison was on the receiving end of that long put. Well, not the long put, but he was the recipient of the assist from that receiver who did get the long one. Okay, so hang time. It's in a good position now. They got a very important upwind score here. These guys are jacked up, Tina. That throw had a lot on it. Fought through the wind with plenty of velocity.
Yeah, it really just zipped down the field like it was going down a bowling alley.
Yeah. So, hang time, come down zone. Man, they're going to trap again.
They're going to come down in some kind of something other than man.
They seem to be more successful. Certainly the points that they've come zone, they've been successful. Donner Party's had to change their attack, overload back around the disc, and they put Etchison on the mark, denying the dump. It's good that they catch the pull.
It's a tough pull to catch.
Yep. All right, good movement. Kick it back. All right, they're giving him the backhand, and there's Etchison now on the mark. He's got Fillinger. It's gone back to Topher. Topher's looking, throwing fakes, trying to find something. He maneuvered the defense by throwing some great fakes, Tina. Fillinger drops it back.
They're showing a lot more patience.
Yep, and the fakes here are freezing people. They're making a move and freezing them and catching them flat-footed so you can squirt a quick one through to the popper. That's nice. Fillinger has it again. Looks dumb. Sends it back.
Seems like they
good
should be able to
work.
hit that popper.
Well, Fillinger's trying to find a spot as the popper. All they seem to be getting, though, is just dumps. And they're staying on this sideline a little bit. Having trouble getting it out of there. They kind of trapped that sideline as well, it looked like, Tina.
Yep. There we go.
Okay, Peterson gets the catch. Just about 7 yards out, 10 yards out. Fillinger is freezing people with those fakes, and Donner Party to Peterson. Fillinger to Peterson. That's a great, great sequence of offense right there.
Yeah, that was pretty much textbook zone offense. You could use that to teach a lot of teams how to make believable fakes, move the defense around, and wait for the opening.
13 apiece. Wow.
Now it's a game to 4, Michael.
Double game point.
Triangle man is back.
Let's go, party!
Or should I say triangle boy?
Party! Party!
Let's go, party!
All right, Brokaw set the pull. Sideline's trying to fire up Donner Party. See if they can close this out. Got a few points to go. 13 all, game to 17. This pull stays in bounds, nice. Looks like they're coming down zone. Quickly through it, but they're set up again. Buchanan's looking around. Yes, Fazat.
This is a zone with no close mark, or they're just taking their time to mark up. There we go.
Quinn has it. All right, now it's... I thought they were going to crumble. Looked like they had a call there, but probably not going to see a whole lot of crumbling.
Yeah, they do. No, they did. They switched to man.
Sure enough. Great layout bid there. Thompson reels it in and throws a huge upwind flick across the field, but wind again sends that one wide.
You know, I think it was good placement. He had the receiver. Just had to drop that right side of the disc a little bit, the inside lip.
Nice one up the line. Just skinny lane here, try to get it off the line. Dana Green cut and dump. That's actually Annie Dixon, pardon me. There's Dana Green. Great catch. Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful catch.
Something else.
She calls the timeout.
Those two women are wearing visors. Look very similar in stature. Both very aggressive players.
So where's the disc, Michael? About half field? A little bit closer?
Looks like a little bit closer to the end zone than that. Yep. Donna Party's working hard for the 14th goal. Not at 13s. You can hear that wind picking up. You can see things blowing. Fabric on the sidelines, the flags surrounding the field.
And all those cheap little tents everyone bought at Walmart will be collapsed on the sideline by the end of the day.
I wish I'd have bought one of those cheap tents. It was hot this weekend. There wasn't much shade if you didn't have a tent on your sideline. Till hang time has to stiffen here and do what they can to take this back. And this is the downwind side. It's tough to get the upwinders as this wind is picking up. We haven't seen as many upwinders the last several points as we did at the beginning of the second half. Defenses are stepping up. Okay, Green will be checking it in. Atchison checks it in with Green with a disc. She's showing flick. Good pivot, puts it to space.
That Green-O'Quinn matchup is great.
Yeah, that is a nice matchup. Certainly worth the price of admission. Hey, shouldn't they be charging admission here? Okay, Green's still looking. Trying to get it off. Does so, gets it to Johnson. Johnson throws a pass. Up line, gets the thrower, but Buchanan steps in. Oh! It's still caught, but was he in? The observer actively says no. You were out of bounds. In perfect position as the observer there. Turnover. Donner Party comes back to Buchanan and hang time. Up line. Inbounds, but not much.
I'm telling you right now, I love those quick observer calls.
Yep, that does help keep things moving. But without them there might have been a discussion for a while. But the receiver knows they were out. We don't need the observer either. They can say, yeah, you're right, I was out. And we're not in. Reception was made just outside the end zone. It's working hard. Buchanan has it again now. The right person to have it. Makes good decisions here. And a score. Nope.
No turn.
That's a turn. Holy cow. Just a punt and play D? I guess so. But maybe not. Oh, the receiver was there. That was some huck. I was thinking, who is that going to? Threw it over a wall of defenders there. Match the receiver. That was Scott Conway. Looked like he had it, but somehow maybe in the play and tangling up with the defender there. Injured his hand in some way. Okay, so they've made a substitution for Conway. Francis has come back in. He's checking out the disc. Okay, Francis is in. Atchison checks the disc in, but he doesn't want it. And the interesting thing is the mark gets there quickly and starts the pre-stall count. That would be kind of rude, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's some, all you can do is just walk away from the disc and they're counting to a space in the field.
Well, quickly, Rex LeQuinn tries a break mark flick, and it didn't hold its line. It turned over. Frankus has it. Thompson on the mark. Frankus reaches around, throws a big backhand. And for the score. CJ makes sure of this one.
Okay, 14-13.
Donner
Party.
Yep.
Front of the end zone all by herself.
So Hang Time had it all the way at about the 1 yard line. Couldn't convert. That's tough. That was an upwinder too. That would have given him a big advantage, because they in turn would be pulling downwind, being up 1.
So far in this game, the lead has changed 3 times.
Sure has been.
14-13, Donner Party advantage, game to 17.
Yeah, pardon me, Tina. Certainly is close. I think the largest lead throughout the game is 2 by either team, and each has had that lead. Okay, so Hang Time has their strong offensive squad on. See if they can take care of this downwind point here. Donner Party wants to keep this pull inbounds. Brokaw stays more center field now with his pull, and this will stay inbounds. That's smart. Gives it the same edge he's been giving it, but now it's in the middle of the field. And immediately it goes up and it's caught. Immediate dump to Etchison from her husband. Oh, intercepted by Donner Party. Donner Party's looking. Laser shot upfield, but that was one of those Willie Mays type catches you were talking about, Tina. It's coming over your head. It's hard. Rex has it. Looking at the options. Got a couple pump fakes. Throws it to Etchison again. I think Lisa's fouled on the mark. By Mary Burke. Perhaps that's a call, or else there was a pick. Burke gets it off. Etchison catches it. He's looking for some movement. Has a receiver going across the field and throws the cross-field flick. Beautiful. Looks like that was Lenny Carell, who's back. He tweaked his hamstring a little bit earlier. Looks like he's okay.
Tie game at 4s or 14. It's a game to 3.
Game to 3, here we go.
They keep reducing it to something that most teams do at different parts of their practices. They're just going to play a game to 3. Sometimes you double score it, triple score it. Try to think of different variations. And that's what this championship is coming down to.
Preparation. Who's done the work? Well, both these teams have done the work. I mean, the difference sometimes when you're so evenly matched like these two squads are is, so the difference is tiny. It's minuscule sometimes, but it's the difference nonetheless. You get a little luck, stay healthy, no injuries, the right color wristbands and headbands. Helps a lot. All the preparation and proper attire make a big difference in your performance on Sunday at the UPA Championships. Okay, Buchanan cranks a big backhand. Gives the outside edge up. He looks for a roller. Gets it to get him trapped on the sideline. Yep, on the sideline, but ooh, nice. Well cut off. They couldn't get it off the line. They're trapping him hard. Etchison is marking hard. He's been running hard this whole game, team. He's been the point and stopping flow. They've been the point on all the defenses.
Right.
All the zone defenses, that is. Fillinger's trying to get it downfield. He does. Gets it from CJ. Back to, okay, Fillinger's got it again. Fillinger gets it back from Topher. Monahan, Fillinger has it. He's looking dump. Gets it again. Topher throws it across field. Ooh, defender just a little bit late there, and Donner Party does get the downwind score.
That looked great. Puts Donner up 15-14. They refused to get trapped on the sideline. Hit the dump, swung it. It was a little risky, but brought it down and finished it up easily.
So clearly on the programs we have here, I haven't stood next to Katie Carmen, but she's listed as 5'11". I don't think she's 5'11". But she's playing tall. I bet she feels tall after that big goal. Okay. Donner Party looking a 1-point advantage. Brokaw wants to get a good pull upwind here. Noticed he moved over a little bit. Now he's moved back to the backhand side a little. I think he learned from his last pull, the center field, that maybe he can put a little bit more on it if he gives it a good inside edge, down, inverted edge, and tries to really crank this. Not too much though, he wants to keep it in bounds. The wind will push it out. He gives it that edge. It holds, but it's not too high, but it's plenty deep, plenty deep. Fazat picks it up. Buchanan shows the big huck, but pulls it back. Buchanan had that stop by Brokaw. Etchison kicks it back to Fazat. High release. Ouch. Good thing he's tall. Tall Tom pulls it down yet again. But it's coming back.
Who was it? Maybe she lifted her pivot foot. It was a travel call.
Could be that. Another high release, and why is she insisting on that? That's sketchy at best. And straight into the wind. Yeah, but there were good defenders there in position. She got away with that. She's got it again. She doesn't want to throw another high release. Oops. Lisa Etchison tried to go down for that, but couldn't reel it in. Okay, approaching the disc. Looks like Brokaw. Buchanan on the mark. Brokaw gets the backhand off. Brokaw back and forth. There's Frankus with the disc. Inside out break. Great saving catch by Sutton. Oh, that was Peterson, pardon me. They're moving it well. A break, but it soars over the receiver. And he recovers in time. And Dana Green's happy about that one.
Yeah, it was a heads-up play. 16-14. Donner Party is at game point. Put it in one more time. They'll be flying to Turku, Finland, along with Miami Refugees and whoever wins the Open and women's finals.
So sometimes, as we mentioned earlier, luck has got to be on your side too. It was there. That pass, unfortunately, some bad luck sent it popping up over the receiver. But fortunately, nobody else was able to get there in time before the intended receiver turned and streaked upfield into the end zone. Laid out just before the defender arrived to get that score. Donner Party's in a good situation here, up 2 with the wind at their backs. Pulling to hang time. Okay, they're waiting for a hand. Looks like they're going to match up on man and woman here. Person on D. And we've got some fans there helping him out. There's that edge that Brokaw's been using well. Keeps it inbounds. Brokaw tries to stop it. Unfortunately, it gets away from him. He has to take it from there. 3 yards from the back of his end zone. He hits Thompson, who throws a huge long flick right up the gut to Etchison, who's calling a foul here. Okay, Eric Johnson is on the mark.
Donner Party can taste that end zone block. They make the block, they can just punch it right in.
Boy, you got to be smelling blood in this situation. That pull pinned him really deep. Etchison has it here. The fair Etchison throws it back to Tom Etchison. Throws a flick to Thompson. Oh, Dede was open. He looked her off. Went inside instead to Brokaw. Excuse me, Brokaw's got the disc now. Buchanan, look at this. Oh, big block! Oh, I don't know about that one. Dede gets a huge layout block.
Huge layout.
The receiver goes out of bounds for it. Now, if that's a goal, it has to be because he got himself back in bounds, left to go to the air to make that catch from inbounds, and put his feet back inbounds. But Tina, I'm not so sure he left from inbounds.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm still kind of blown away by Dede's layout block.
Wasn't that huge? She posted
Beautiful,
well
beautiful.
off.
She knew, absolutely knew, that it was up to her to save it. Donner Party appears to still be cheering, celebrating their club championship. Let's take a look at the replay and see if we can figure this out.
Okay, as the throw goes up, Dede's poaching off. It's a huge block. We are seeing the block. Disc flutters into the air. Sutton goes down, also thinking of the reception. Gets back up alertly, realizes it's in the air still. He has a chance, but he's now out of bounds. As we see from these sequence of steps here, his right foot there, as he's touching the disc, appears to be out of bounds. As we can see the line, faintly, but see it. And then the right foot arguably did land, his next step did land in bounds after he made the catch, but it looks as though he caught it, then jumped off the right foot. And that right foot, when he caught it, or was first making contact with the disc, appeared to be out of bounds. Quite a stir over there, and I know that sideline was right on top of it. Rex O'Quinn and his hang time teammates are frustrated with that. I got to figure they think it's a turnover. At the very least, that should be going back to the observer if it's that controversial. But the observers have to step in here, and they certainly don't have the benefit of what we have here, Tina.
Yeah, it looks like the observers are going to call it a goal. And Donner Party wins 17-14. It's certainly a tough way to end the game.
Yeah, it sure is, Tina. A controversial end to a hotly contested game. The men and women on both teams laid out, skied hard, played all-out D all game long. After 3 changes to the lead, they were tied at 14-all. And it finally came down to a game to 3. And as we saw, Donner Party took that mini game to 3 with 3 straight points.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. It's also 3-zip for Donner Party in their last 3 big finals against Hang Time. They won today, they won this tournament last year, and they won the World Club Championships. Tall Tom Etchison is such a great weapon, but Donner seems to have the clutch plays when it counted. I can't help but think Hang Time's eventually going to get to beat Donner Party in one of those big games. You know, losing 3 makes you hungry, and it's so much better to try to get something than try to keep something. They've been really close.
Looks like we might get
Yes, they have. So Donner Party, they will be representing the U.S. in Finland. It'll be something to see them there. They're a fine team. So is Hang Time. Gave them a strong run here. It's a great, great final in the mixed division. Well, that's about it for us for this game. Stay tuned, folks. The women are up next, and the open men's division after that. Fortina Booth, and me, Michael Baccarini. Thanks for being with us for the mixed division final of the 2003 UPA Club Series Championships. Congratulations, Donner Party. You're going to Finland.
Oh my God!
Oh man, he played so hard. Oh yeah!
That was so fun.
Who else?
We did it. Give us some fun. Give us some fun. Offense. Oh my God.
I got one word for you. Finland. I got one more word for you.
Donner Party.
All right. Look, I was
I love you, Timmy. Why are you so good? I'm so glad you decided.
You ran this off.
Can I touch you, baby?
Okay, so what do you want us to do?
Hi, Choppy.
Pedro, this one's for you. Watch this in a couple minutes.
And thank you.
Way to bring it for us. I appreciate all that. Cheer for the camera. Hey! It could be tough to do right now, but we'll get it.
Give us a little bit.
Yeah, baby.
How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great.
What a let's maybe talk about that a little bit.
What, the catch?
Yeah.
That's focus. That's the Donner Party focus. Yes, can't go wrong.
Congratulations.
Thigh bone, earlobe, funky, funky feet. The parts don't matter when it's time to eat. The Donner Party's hungry, the Donner Party roll. Hunk till we score, score, score. Thigh bone, earlobe, funky, funky feet. The parts don't matter when it's time to eat. The Donner Party's hungry, the Donner Party roll. Let's eat!
In Finland!